Hey everybody, right, I'm going to do a review of the Bluedio UFO over-ear headphones. Right, I hope it's light enough in here. Okay, so I got these bad boys the other day. It comes in a nice hard case, which is very good for protection, obviously. So these are sort of Bluedios. If you've heard of Bluedio, obviously they make headphones, and they haven't got the best rep for sort of quality as far as, like, build materials, but the sound quality is pretty hot on these things. But this is a completely different story. With the Bluedio UFOs, you're getting some premium sort of materials thrown in for an extremely good price. Now, this review is based on the price. It's all about how much I paid for these and how good they are relative to the amount that I spent. I got these on Amazon for 129. I went for these solely based on the fact that the Bluedio R and R Plus had such good reviews, and good reviews for the sort of sound, because hey, that's why we buy headphones, right? It's for the sound quality. So but the difference with these, obviously, it's not just the sound quality, it's the quality of the headset as well. So right, we'll check it out. So look, this is an honest review. This is a user review, okay? Nobody's paying me to say anything. I'm not some guy in a suit going through running down off a sheet of information telling you how good a product is when I'm sure they've never actually used it. This is a proper user review. I'm going to give it to you straight, okay? So like I said, these cost me 129 off Amazon. You see them on Amazon and it's like, oh, originally 475 when they've only just come out. I mean, that's nonsense, all right? Don't buy into that pricing game that they throw up, because there's not a chance I'd pay that sort of money for these. No way. 129, yes, I would. And off that, I definitely recommend it. So right, we're at the case. I've already unzipped it because obviously I'm doing this review one-handed, because I'm clever like that. So we're just going to open these bad boys up. Okay, right, I went for the red and black. As you can see, it says UFO on the headband. Right, just put them on my lap. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm wearing shorts. It's raining outside, but I've been to the gym today. Okay, so I went for the red and black, okay? Now, they've got that sort of old, the sort of first generation Beats sort of, vibe about them. But the difference here is the build quality. Obviously, you've got this sort of leather, well, I wouldn't say leather effect, like a leather-like material. Obviously, it's not leather because obviously, leather, you get like a lot of sweating and things like this. So this is like sort of a leather effect sort of material. The headband is really good. There's good sort of padding at the top, good sort of padding at the bottom. I just wish it was a little stuffed more at the sides. Maybe they could think about that for the next version. Could just sort of, because I can feel sort of like the plastic banding on the inside, and it'd be nice if maybe I couldn't feel that so much. But we're all stitched up there, and it looks pretty tight, and obviously it falls into the sort of aluminium titanium sort of frame. Okay, so people might say that these are a little bit weighty in comparison, but trust me, the way they sit on your head, the weight really doesn't come into effect. And like I said, I use these in the gym. But I want something premium. I don't want a plastic headset. It's nice to sort of get what you pay for. And I feel if you're pushing into that sort of price bracket, then these are awesome. I really don't think there's another sort of set of headphones around that can touch these for the build quality. And this is coming from a Beats user. I've got like the first gen where you have to put the batteries in, which are wired with the noise sort of cancellation, and in sort of every way, shape and form, these bad boys sort of blow it out the water. So we've got this beautiful sort of metal, it feels nice and sort of cold to the touch. Also, the red element of the headphone is also like aluminium. You've got your touch panel, and also you've got obviously the branding on the other side, which is also aluminium. You've got your jack port there, so they can be wired, okay, and they don't need to sort of, I don't believe they need to be charged for them to be wired. So obviously we turn it on. Just have to hold the central button. You just hold it for a couple of seconds. There we go. It lights up and it just told me power on. So there's voice activations. If you hold it a little longer, it'll pair and it'll tell you that it's pairing. It'll tell you that it's turning off. You've got these directional keys. Now, with these ones, as opposed to the other ones that Bluedio have done, they have like this 3D sound effect. Now basically it's like surround sound, but they call it like sort of 3D. Now, while you're listening to music, it's not that I wouldn't recommend it, I just can't really tell too much of a difference. But when you're watching a movie, like I do when I'm in the gym, I always put on a movie because it gets you through your workout a lot quicker if you're on one of the machines and that. Especially if you watch something in action, you can really get amped into it. If you hold on the directional pad, it beeps. And then it turns into this 3D mode. Now, it really picks up the sound quality on the movie. I also tested this with YouTube videos, so I went onto YouTube and they've got obviously the 5.1, 7.1 surround sound videos and things for testing, and you could just really tell the difference. So if you're someone like me who likes to chill, say you've got a big TV and somebody else is doing something and you don't want to disturb them, you just want to chill and get really immersive into a film, then these are the things. A pair of Bluedio UFOs, a 47-inch at least, and a can of beer, and you kick back and it's all good. So the first test I did was with I was watching like Star Trek, the new Star Trek film, and there was like an action sort of scene and they were shooting, and you could hear it all going off, and it felt like the bullets were flying to the left, to the right. It sounded like people were coming up behind and the rest. So it was really immersive stuff, And again, we get back to it. They're really good looking headphones, I'm going to put this review onto Amazon, probably put it on YouTube as well, and obviously I'll put a couple of pictures and that. I don't generally think they stick out too much, considering I've got a real thin head, like a pea head. But yeah, overall, like I'm over the moon. The sound quality's nuts. The mids are cool. You've got the treble there. You've got killer bass. The bass is crazy and it doesn't get muddy. You can turn these up and you think whoa, and then you can just keep pumping it up, and it So if you think about like beats, and obviously they're bass orientated, these things are like another level. Well, these things are like another 2 levels. The bass on them is just it's phenomenal. It's really good. It's the only problem is you do get some sound leakage, but I really don't give a rat's ass what people think in the gym, and luckily when I work out not too many people are in there anyway. But overall, considering that I paid $129 for these things, that is the recommendation. The fact that they cost £129 is why I would give these a 5-star, because for the money, I just don't think you're going to be getting any better. The build quality, I just don't think you're going to get any better. The sound, I just don't think you're going to get any better for Bluetooth. These are Bluetooth 4.1, so the battery life is nuts on these things. They say 24 hours, 25 hours. They are not lying. Okay, I haven't even burned these in yet, so I can't imagine what they're going to be like. Once I start kicking out. At least sort of 50 hours of play on these, obviously it's just going to get better and better. So that is my honest user review of the Bluedio UFO. There's not a lot of videos out there at the moment, and I'm not some guy in a suit. I'm a regular Joe. I've worked hard to save up for these, and I think I made the right choice, And I'm one of these guys that does all the videos, does all the research and things like that. I'd heard of Bluedio before. I did have some headphones from them previously. The sound was really good, but it's just that plastic quality. I wanted something a little premium. I wanted to treat myself, and these are the ones for you. Don't get caught up in the hype, people. Don't, beats are cool, but that's it. It's all about cool. It's all about, the whole look and everything. The sound is good. I'm not putting them down, but these are just another level, And for the money, it's crazy. It's like half the amount. And you get the build quality. You get the 3.1. You get the 8 different drivers, you know, so it's all going on in these things. You get the sort of 3D surround sound effect, you know, if you really want to get immersive into films, and you get it all for 129. All right. So yeah, listen, just try them, go for it. You know, if you don't like it, send them back. The people at Bluedio are, you know, are really nice. You know, I contacted them and they got straight back to me. You know, I asked about 1,000 questions like I usually do, but that's the sort of person I am, and they were great. And I quite like that. I would have really loved the white pair, because the metal here is not like a anodized black. It's actually, you know, the metal as it is, like a silver, and they look mental. But I'm really happy with these, and I think they look pretty cool. And I'll put a few pictures on as well. If you got any questions, just ask me. I'll give you, like, you know, my honest answer. But seriously, you ain't gonna go wrong for the money. So that's it. Right, take it easy. Adios.